Hey, shalom, everyone. All praises to Yahweh alone, and no other. I'm picking back up from where I left off yesterday. I was going to try to pull up this app right here because I was reading from the scriptures on my book, and I was wanting to look up something on Isaiah 42 because I was getting to Isaiah 42 where it talks about his elect one, his Bakir, that's never came to pass, and I was wanting to know the correct word, and I wanted y'all to see. But okay, so we always need to do a recap. You know what we in the end of Isaiah 39, Yahweh was telling King Hezekiah that everything in his house would be carried away from Babylon, nothing would be left, and that his sons would become eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babel. And Hezekiah said, "Good is the word of Yahweh which you have spoken and said, moreover, for there shall be peace and truth in my days, but not in his descendants' days." So we got to remember what Jeremiah 22 said, and that's what for Judah's kings. At the end, he says that no one from the line of Jehoiachin will ever sit on the throne of David, and proclaimed that Jehoiachin is like a discarded pot. I can't remember exactly word for word, but okay, so Zerubbabel and Zechariah, the false prophet Zechariah, the prophet raised up in Babylon that Yahweh tells us not to listen to. So Zerubbabel and what I think Zechariah 3, the olive branches is supposed to be JC. They're raising up this high priest in captivity, this Yeshua dude, which is JC. So let me go ahead and I'm going to get back. Let's get to it pretty quickly because I want to cover a lot. So here we go. Behold, my servant. Okay, hold on. Did we do a recap? We went to Isaiah 39. What's happening in Isaiah 40? It goes straight into future prophecy. Jerusalem's suffered double for her punishment. One crying in the wilderness, prepare the way for Yahweh. It goes right into, end time prophecy. There's no second temple era in between the end of Isaiah 39 and 40. And that's how his word is always, every chapter. If we pay attention, you know what I'm saying, to Isaiah 8, find out what Isaiah 8:20 is. And let that be your foundation. And study that. And you'll see. This is how it's always written. There's never a second temple era prophesied in Yahweh's word ever. So, okay. And the good news is coming, right? And let's see. So Yahweh's exposing the king raised up from the east in Isaiah 41. And he's the same one in Isaiah 63 who's coming from Edom. Who's coming from Edom with their garments stained red like they've been treading out the wine press. I'm going to tell you who it is. Go to Enoch. And it's the rider on the horse that's, drowned in the blood of the saints. To the wheels of his chariots is to the dregs of blood. But Yahweh says he treads the wine press alone. And so that's also Isaiah 34 that is critical, because Yahweh says not only is he after he destroys the host of heaven, he's coming down on Edom, and for the people for the people of the curse of his people, Yasharel. Everything goes together, y'all. I mean, he's showing so much that a lot of people are just staying stagnant, man. It goes so deep. It's incredible. That's why I like to share it too, because I get excited. I want to share this with somebody. I would love to have somebody that loved to study like I do, and because we could really work together. I'm very easy to work with the scriptures. I actually, when I got this gem about this second temple never even existing, was from a Yasharel. I don't know if he is Yasharel. I assume he is Yasharel, but Yahweh has turned him way backwards and it's crazy that he showed me about this gem that I'm still holding on to that could save everybody and turn them back to Yahweh. And I've been studying it ever since, and it's his truth. But yeah, but we used to study great. But because he wanted to have a second wife and all that, it just turned different, and just, you know what I'm saying, it just changed. But anyways, so let's get back to this. Behold, my servant whom I uphold, mine elect, Bakir, select, chosen, which is David. We got to remember what Yahweh says. David is that one shepherd. Okay? He's going to be ruling in Jerusalem. And he is Yahweh's arm that is going to bring judgment forth, amongst the nations. Yasharel is not the elect one. But in Isaiah 42, see, that's cross-reference to Isaiah 49:6, which is speaking about Yasharel, and where he's raising up Yasharel right before he gathered them. Isaiah 50, 51, 52, second Exodus. Isaiah 40 and up, second Exodus. First he's telling us about the good news coming and letting us know that it ain't never came to pass. And then he's exposing this king raised up from the east. Isaiah 41. Now he's telling us about his elect one. And what's at the next chapter? Isaiah 43, where he's pleading that he is the only Savior besides him. Because he already knows that everybody's going to construe this idol in here, because this lion pit of the scribes is they're cross-referencing to the idolatrous book. So we're going to get to that. To Enoch here, 48:3, Acts 13:47. And, it even cross-referenced to Isaiah 49:6, because JC alleges that he also is, he's taking everybody. He's Yasharel. Their prophecy, he's, David, he's Yahweh. So, in whom I don't like saying soul, because we don't have a soul. Napash. Delighteth, I don't even like that word, it's pagan. Ratzah. Okay, delighteth, consent approved, okay. I have put my spirit upon him. So this is at him, just like the same him that he is going to be the source of our peace. When the Syrians invade our land, and then they're going to set up, 7 shepherds and 8 people. It's just Micah 5. This never came to pass. And I heard Mr. Real Talk roll out with a flat, big old lie again today. Golly, they're terrible. Their lies are so terrible. And Daniel 7, he was talking about, I can expose all that. It's just, he's a JC lover. He's going to deny it. He's going to act like he's Yahweh's only. But he is lying. I would not say this towards somebody if it's not true. These are really hard allegations against someone, and it's not something that I just do lightly, but the lies, I know if they bother me this much, I can imagine, just like what Yahweh said, Isaiah 52, his name is blasphemed all day. I'm so disappointed in all these people that are running around here, these wisdom lovers, claiming to be Yah only, and they're lying. And they're really trying to make everybody think that they are serving Yahweh only. They confessing it with their mouth, they're honoring him with their lips, but their hearts are so far. Yahweh exposes them. It's nothing that I construed. It's not my word. It's His. I just happened to seek Him with all my heart, and He has. It wasn't easy. I had to cry out and work very hard for everything I know. You know what I'm saying? This took years and years and years, and I never gave up. I put in the work. So I don't understand why Yasharel isn't doing this. How can Yasharel let a stranger know their Elohim better than they do? You know what I'm saying? It's time to wake up. You know, they point their finger like, I'm the heathen. I'm a heathen. I ain't nothing, right? But I know they're Elohim, you know what I'm saying? And they don't. But anyways, so I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Goyim. He shall not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed shall he not break, and a smoking flax shall he not quench. He shall bring forth judgment unto Amath. Truth. Truth is the name of another, it's pagan word. Elohim. I don't even like saying that word. He shall not fail nor be discouraged till he have set judgment in the earth. And see, none of this is going to happen until Isaiah 53 and Micah 5 come to pass. When he bears the sins for Yasharel. Yasharel can't bear the sins for Yasharel. It's this one specific man. The suffering so-called servant begins in Isaiah 52. Yasharel's king, Micah 2, and Yahweh is leading Yasharel out of captivity into the nation, in the wilderness of the nations. We're not in the wilderness of the nations like Alleged Yah teaches. She gets all her stuff from Google. Like, you're just proving you're not getting any understanding from Yahweh when you pull up Google nonstop. And you're saying, let's see what the Creator's got to say today. And you're on Google. That's not how I learned His word. I just don't know. Okay. And the owl shall wait for his Torah. Because he is going to be the arm of Yahweh. So this elect one, that's only David that's prophesied. David is this elect one. Okay, but who's underneath that? Yasharel. Who's underneath that? The strangers. Who's underneath that? I mean, he's going to gather strangers on the second Exodus. And after Gog and Magog and all these prophecies come to pass, finally, that never have, he's going to give the nations, what is it, Jeremiah 12? I hope I'm not saying it's close to there. But he said, if y'all learn to swear by, if they learn to swear by Yahweh's name, saying, as surely as Yahweh lives, because he doesn't die, he never died. We're going to get into that, Acts 13. They switched over and made JC a savior. That's crazy. But he's also going to give the nations a chance after the fact to have a place amongst his people. He's going to make them his people too. Thus says Yahweh, he that created the heavens. And why is he going into this again? Because JC falsely fulfilled this elect one. So this is a pretty substantial role here that's being fulfilled. So let me not forget to where it cross-references first to 5:20 right here, verse 6. We're almost there. Okay, so he's already stating this first in Isaiah 42:5. That says, Yahweh, he that created the heavens and stretched them out, he that spread forth the earth and that cometh out of it. He that giveth breath unto the people upon it, and the spirit to them that walk therein. So Yahweh created the heavens, he stretched them out, right? And spread forth the earth. He did. He gives breath to us and spirit to them that walk therein. Okay? It's Yahweh's spirit. We have Yahweh's name does not mean hand hold, behold, nail behold. That's ridiculous. That's Canaanite. It's talking about JC. Yahweh's name can be proven. The U, the double U, the U symbol, the hook symbol. The U symbol is the W. The U come before the V and the W. The U come before the V and the W. So his name is Yahweh. There's no O. There's no W in the ancient Ibrite symbols. His name is Yahweh. It means that it's his hand. It is he that gives breath and life. It is he who connects, who breathes the breath of life in us. We don't have a spirit when we die. It goes to heaven. It ascends and it becomes an angel. That's part of, thinking you're a God. And that's not how it works. When we pass away, the spirit of Yahweh, the breath of life of Yahweh goes back to him. And if he decides to raise you back up in these last days, because that's the only time it's prophesied that those that died in Yahweh are going to be brought back. Okay, so which could be that. Okay. I, Yahweh, have called thee, that's a pagan word, in Zadik. Right. Okay, and will hold thy hand and will keep thee and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Goyim, the nations. Okay, so this is the same thing that's being said in Isaiah 49. That's for Yasharel. Isaiah 49 is Yasharel. This elect one is not Yasharel. Okay, but Enoch tries to make you think, and all these outside books try to make y'all think that the elect one is Yasharel. That's how y'all are turning his word upside down, exalting yourself above David and Yahweh. Woe. Okay? Woe unto you. Because that's not good, okay? So we got to remember JC falsely fulfilled this. And Yahweh is speaking every word. Because he already knows this is what was going to be conjured up. And that's why he said, seal up the Torah and bind up the witnesses among my taught ones. And yet Isaiah said, and I shall wait on the God of Jacob, who has hid himself from the descendants of Jacob. He hid himself. Isaiah 45:17. Cyrus, king of Persia, falsely fulfilled Isaiah 45. And what does it say? Let's go to it real quick. 45:17. This is how we know Cyrus, king of Persia. We're going to get to all this, but I'm going to go to it right quick. Verily thou art a Elohim that hidest thyself, O Elohim of Yasharel, the Savior. You hid yourself. There is no second temple. With this second temple, JC, John the Baptist, Cyrus, king of Persia, this Greek empire is raised up. Esther and all these. It's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all can't see this. They shall be ashamed and also confounded, all of them. They shall go into confusion together that are makers of idol. But Yasharel shall be saved in Yahweh with the everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. That's future prophecy that's never came to pass, y'all. This is how we tell if his word has came to pass. Jeremiah 28:29, and I'm pretty sure Deuteronomy 20:18. No, Deuteronomy 18, how to test whether it's from Yahweh or not. A prophet. A prophet is claiming peace. Did it come to pass? No. We just read, but Yasharel should be saved in Yahweh with the everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confined in the world without end. Okay? And this is what my main thing was to get to, Isaiah 44. Because, get on down here. I mean, all this is important. Not consider heart, understand, say, I burn, he feedeth on ashes, a deceived heart has turned him aside, that he cannot deliver Job. This is JC. This is the who feeds on ashes. The Christianity, Catholic, they wear the Ash Wednesday and the cross. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Deliver. Okay, that he cannot deliver his being, nor say, is there not a lie in my right hand? What does Zechariah say? It's okay. So Yahweh done declared, hey, anybody that says prophecy from Yahweh, you're done for, right? But Zechariah is acting like only in the last days is it finally being said that no more prophets, right? And so what does it say in Zechariah 14, I think? It says one person says, oh, I'm not a prophet. And no, it's not Zechariah 14, I don't think. But anyways, I can find it. But they're like, no, I'm not a prophet. And they're like, well, what's that on your chest, right? Or something. It's the mark of JC, bro. And I mean, him being killed, the eye, it all has to do with this sun worship. Anyway, so, okay. This is right here. So, I mean, it's not good to even skip down here, but that frustrated that he exposes the false, this is what he's saying. I expose the false prophets as liars and make diviners mad that turneth wise men backwards. Why do you want to be wise if Yahweh is turning wise men backwards? Why? You don't want to be wise right now and eating from the forbidden tree of life. And maketh their knowledge foolish. Book of Proverbs, it's so foolish. Sirach, foolish, wickedness. Song of Solomon. Oh, Ecclesiastes. I mean, they're just popping out sun and moon worship. Y'all can't see it. I can. Yahweh has given me the eyes to see through these dark sayings. Proverbs 1. These are dark, wise spells. It's crazy. So, Yahweh says he exposes false prophets as liars, making diviners mad, turning wise men backward, making their knowledge stupid and foolish, that confirmeth the word of his servant. What does his servant say? And performeth the counsel of his messengers. What is his? I'm the messenger because I'm saying what nobody else is saying. There's some people that are getting it, but dang, it's not enough. I don't know. It's just crazy. I want Yahweh to hurry up and come. And with nobody knowing and everybody just staying stagnant in idolatry, oh, it sucks. It sucks. Thou shalt, okay, that saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited. That, I'm going to take that back because he says, confirmeth the word. I never want to exalt myself or not myself. Because I just stated something because I think maybe it could be, but no, I'm going to reiterate this. That confirmeth the word of his servant, that bindeth up true prophets, right? And performeth the counsel of his messengers. So, that saith to Jerusalem. See, Koresh is going to say it to Jerusalem. David is going to say it to Jerusalem. That your Elohim reigns, Isaiah 52, how beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of the messenger that brings good news of peace and salvation. And then the news of that the Elohim of Yasharel reigns. The watchmen will lift up their voice. They will see eye to eye Yahweh returning back to Jerusalem. Then it says, come out of there. Don't touch no unclean thing. And this is where it goes into the so-called suffering servants. Behold, my servant, you know what I'm saying? And then it goes into it right toward the end of Isaiah 52 on into 53. That has never came to pass. Micah 5 proves it. Okay, so, in which JC also falsely fulfilled Micah 5. JC falsely fulfilled all of David's prophecy. Okay? In time prophecy. Where that one shepherd, sure mercies of David, is not JC. Did I ever get to Jehoiachin? Zerubbabel is coming from the line of Jehoiachin, and Chronicles is backing that up, because Chronicles is trash too. Chronicles is trash. It's part of the Second Temple book, and at the very end of it, it's leading off into that 70-year captivity, where it's mentioned. It's all leading to the Second Temple books. I'm not sorry this is long, because it needs to be long. So I'm trying to, think of the important things that I can, along with why I'm talking about the scriptures, just to maybe help somebody come up to par, to help them in their studies. Because I notice once you hear something, just like I did that Second Temple, because, hey, me and this brother, it was about 4 years ago, me and this brother, we met. He had a wife. We all had a great time. I even went and visited him and observed Pesach with him 1 year. But it was crazy, because we worked so well together. Yahweh was showing me all kind of stuff, and he knew it, and Yahweh was showing him all kind of stuff, and I knew it. Like, he was pulling out boulders, gems, left and right. And I was, writing it all down. Like, bro, I studied to learn and remember. And anything that I could catch, I'm on it. I'm studying it down to, I'm not even going to say that. But, just like with this Second Temple, it was the biggest gem I ever come about. I mean, it's very important. It's still critical to this day. I'm still talking about it repeatedly 4 years later. And I watched, it was. That's why I always try to check myself, and I worry myself if I'm going to make it, because I've watched Yahweh turn people back. And out of anybody he's turned back, I'm so shocked to see this brother turn back, because I'm going to show you I'm going to tell you a little bit. I don't know if he come back. I don't know. But last I checked, he was far gone. And why I meant is because in his word, he went from guarding the Torah and the prophets. But I noticed when I started saying, hey, Psalms is looking fishy. This is why, right. Proverbs looking fishy. Da-da-da-da. Joel, da-da-da-da. How's that? You know what I'm saying? I kept throwing out these. So I noticed he really wasn't, getting off into them that much. He wasn't in importance. But I think he actually come back around to them books. See, I think he had, I don't know. But I know last time I checked, he dropped the prophets. All of them. Butchering Joshua. Butchering Deuteronomy. Butchering Yahweh's entire Torah. And how I came across him and all the things I learned. Because I tried to learn as much as I could from someone that was Yasharel. This is their culture, you know what I'm saying? And once I learned who his people really were, I wanted to gravitate toward them and learn all I can, you know what I'm saying? This is, his people. And, you know what I'm saying? This is the nation of Yasharel. Who doesn't want to cleave? No, I know there's probably not many that care, but I do. All right? So that's what I try to do. And I did, and I will, and I can. But most of them are still in idolatry. So, yeah, they don't like me at all. They think I'm Satan, devil, and I've been called all kind of everything. And so this is what, you get when you really speak Yahweh's truth. You're not really going to be like, when you start talking about Job and Psalms and all these. See, they didn't have no problem leaving the New Testament, right? They're like, oh, yeah. They're hating on JC so bad every day, right? Yah only, I'm Yah only. Yah only, undefeated till I die, right? JC this, JC that, JC this. They still are serving JC, y'all. And they're denying it. Yeah, it was the delusion Yahweh knows that they're not willing to let this idol go. So they're not going to see until the end that they messed up. And dang, Isaiah 33. And hey, we need to get there. Because it's very critical chapter 2, man. Where it says the wisdom and... let's go to it. Hey, I'm not going to worry myself about jumping around. Because I'm going to take my time. I might even break the videos up because, I don't know. Well, I know I'm just getting back to Yahweh's word, and so I'm moving forward of what's critical. I'm trying to undo some lies, so we're going to start, I'm starting at Isaiah 40 all over again on repeat. So I'm wanting to push up, I don't know how many different videos it's going to be, but it's going to push up. I want to push up from Isaiah 40 at least all the way to 52. Or, yes. I mean, really. Even on up to 54. Because we got to look at all these prophecies and say, has this been fulfilled? Yeah, wow, Yahweh was promising this? Oh, Yahweh says I'm redeemed? Yasharel is redeemed? Well, we're not redeemed right now, so this has never came to pass. Right? This is how we look at it, y'all. We have to test the prophets. Yahweh is testing us, his people, through false prophets. That false prophet, that dreamer of dream, that leads his people to another mighty one, that he said he's going to test his people through. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 13 did come to pass. Jeremiah 23. He did come to pass. There is this dreamer of dreams that's leading his people to another mighty one, which are the false prophets raised up in Babylon. So Isaiah 33 is what I was wanting to get to, because just real quick, I need to make a separation, a distinction of this real wisdom that's from Yahweh, that comes forth out directly from Yahweh. It's his treasure, right? It's nothing separate. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gets his glory, period. If you ever hear that anybody helped Yahweh create, or took counsel with him, or what did Isaiah 40 say? Who directed the Ruach Yahweh, or been his counselor, taught him, who took counsel and instructed him, who taught him in the path of judgment, and taught him knowledge, and showed him the way of understanding. This is what all these books of wisdom are teaching. That this chick, this moon chick, Yasharel's stone chick, that Yasharel's calling their mother, this wisdom, she also goes by wisdom, you know what I'm saying? And the sun, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get this man, G-O-D, at the second temple. Right? If you're in the second temple, you're serving JC, bro. If you want to quit serving JC, ultimately get out of all the books that he's in. That makes sense, right? If you truly drop JC like you claim, you drop the New Testament. Well, JC's found all over in the made-up Jewish Tanakh that was made up. Go look it up. Y'all got to break down these. Who are the false prophets? Yahweh has clearly told us about them, said we would understand this perfectly in the latter days. He had not sent them. He wants us proclaiming his every word. Let these false prophets tell their dreams, but let my faithful witnesses proclaim my every word. Okay? It's not stated exactly like that, but you know what I'm saying. Expose the false prophets, these dreamer of dreams, and proclaim his every word. So, okay, so Yahweh is telling us, woe to these that spoil us, and thou wast not spoiled. It's talking about the Syrians, the dealers treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. The Syrians are going to invade the land, Gog and Magog too. Go check out Micah 5. And there's in Isaiah 14 also is prophesied about Assyria. But that, which is future prophecy, when Babylon, ultimately, the whole grips of Hillel falling, the sun, the one that's really trying to be like Yahweh, that never fell from heaven yet. He's not prophesied to be destroyed until Yahweh's on his holy mountain. I'm sure Isaiah 25, the shadow of death, the shadow, the covenant made with death, this shadow that is cast over across all nations. Everybody's worshiping in the hosts of heaven. Sun, moon, and stars. Most people hate Yahweh. Most people hate his word. Believe it or not, that's crazy. They don't even like their own creator and maker. They could care less. But then they sit there and dabble in this disgusting idol. Oh, it makes me sick, man. I got to get out of here, man. I want to rock with people that serve Yahweh. I'm tired of being around pagans. I'm tired of it. It's really challenging. It's very lonely because I really sit alone a lot. Me and Yahweh, but I'm okay. He's enough for me. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing because I used to not be like this at all. I wouldn't be able to do this if I wasn't cleaving on to Yahweh, and without him, I wouldn't be able to do this at all. Because I sit a lot. I don't even watch TV. You know what I'm saying? I study a lot. Even when I'm not talking about scripture, I'm studying. I meditate on his word constantly, day in and day out. I have for 6 years straight. And that's just, well, more than, I really didn't get into his word till about almost 2 years. I had to beg him to make me read his word. Because I didn't like reading. I couldn't understand good. I'd get frustrated. I was just, I was being made fun of because I didn't know this, I didn't know that. And I was just really down. I was like, oh gosh, ain't nobody like me ever going to be able to learn the scriptures, I just, and my desire to know Yahweh just really kicked in gear. And for the longest time, at the beginning, I really didn't know what was happening to me. I really didn't know. I just knew I was going with it. And then I got back into church, Seventh-day Adventist. That's what I learned first, that the Sabbath was changed to Sunday. So I got in Seventh-day Adventist church. And I was going there for a while. And then I come out of the church. And I found out, what Babylon was. So I come on out of it. I was seeing all the signs in the Seventh-day Adventist church. Hit rock bottom. I thought, oh, dang. I was like, dang, I ain't got nobody to teach me no more. I was like, are you telling me I got to read? I was like, oh, man. And at that time, I was married to I didn't mean to get into this, but I ain't going to. Let's get to his word. I don't want to. Okay, so this spoiled, and this is more important to me. And when thou, the past thing, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. O Yahweh, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. At the noise of the tumult, Amun. A noise, a tumult, crowd. What is the crowd? Gog and Magog. This war. There is no war in heaven. There is no spirit. We're not at spiritual warfare. And these principalities that are in control and all this stuff. And this Prince M.I.C. is being raised up. And this other G-A-D-R-E. You got all these. And And then all them other ones off in Enoch. See, y'all missing a lot. Y'all are off, man. Y'all are way off. Y'all don't know Yahweh's word at all. Okay, at the noise of the tumult, the people fled. At the lifting of thyself, the nations were scattered. And your spoil shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar. As the running to and fro of locusts shall he run upon them. Right? Yahweh is exalted. This has not happened yet. Yahweh is not exalted yet. Yahweh is blasphemed every day. Isaiah 52. That's how we know it came to pass. He never even mentions being sold to the Greeks in Isaiah 52. Okay, Yahweh is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and Zedekiah. Okay? No, this has never came to pass. We know that, right? We know this is future. Okay, and what does this say? And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. This has not came to pass. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Remember what he said in Isaiah 29. He said that their fear towards me has become a command taught by the precepts of man, which is the beginning of wisdom, is to fear the Lord. Okay, y'all not fearing Yahweh. You're off in the commands taught by the precepts of man. We are to fear Yahweh, but y'all are putting another mighty one before him to obtain favor from him. No. Y'all love your mother. It's disgusting. Y'all give honor to her and to the entire host of heaven. Sometimes y'all don't even mention Yahweh. It's all to JC, black or white. Then it's to the mother. Oh, y'all. And then to the other host of the heaven. Y'all even give praise to the host of heaven. It's crazy. Okay, so now I will rise, saith Yahweh. Now I will be exalted. Now will I lift up myself. Okay, the people as the burning the lime, thorns cut up. Okay, the sinners in Zion are afraid. Hear ye that are far off what I've done, and ye that are near acknowledge my might. Okay, I shouldn't have skipped through that. Y'all need to go through it, but I already know what it says. It's good, okay? The earth mourneth and languishes. Lebanon is ashamed and hewed down. Sharon is like a wilderness, Bashan and Caribou, and shake off their fruits. Now will arise, okay? Saith Yahweh, now will I be exalted. Where's the 70-year captivity? Ye shall conceive, now I will lift up myself. Ye shall conceive chaff. Ye shall bring forth stubble. Your breath as fire shall devour you. And the people shall be as the burning of the limes, thorns cut up, and shall they be burned in fire. Hear ye that are far off what I have done, and ye that are near acknowledge my might. The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites. These ones that think they are chosen and that they're really Yah only, and in this second temple era are idolaters. Okay? These are the sinners in Zion that are going to be afraid. They're under delusion right now. Isaiah 29, okay? He closed their eyes, and the eyes of their prophets and their seers, and to them is like a sealed book. Secret sealed book of idolatry. Okay, who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with the everlasting burnings? Right? He's trying to tell y'all so you don't be one of these sinners in Zion that's, you know what I'm saying? Surprise, fear, you know? He that walketh Zedekiah, and speaketh, you got to speak uprightly, not Jasher. I know how y'all twist the uprightness and this, you know what I'm saying, up on the idolatrous book of Jasher. Okay. Amishar. Amath is in truth. Okay. He that despises the gain of oppression, that shaketh his hand from. Okay, I was mainly wanting to get to the walketh Zedekiah, and speaketh uprightly. Okay, he shall dwell. He's gonna. Okay. Oh, y'all go ahead and read it. It's important. But he shall dwell on high. His place of defense shall be the munitions of rocks. Bread shall be given him. His waters shall be sure. Thine eyes shall see the king, and his beauty is a pagan word. Let me see if I can get this. Yigi? No. Yapai. Thine eyes shall see the king Yahweh in his beauty, and they shall behold the land that is very far off. Thine heart shall meditate terror. Right? There's going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. And then y'all are going to be, it's going to come down to where you're listening to Yahweh's voice, or you're listening to these scribes, these lying pen of the scribes, and what they're saying is coming. Because they're saying a whole lot is coming, and Yahweh's ain't saying none of that. Yahweh's saying a whole lot's coming, and y'all think all that's already came to pass. So y'all are bluffed on into this false prophecy. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers? Thou shalt not see a fierce people, and a deeper speech than thou canst perceive. Y'all think down Persia, y'all think Daniel's going down twice. Y'all are saying that these princes, spiritual princes, this all done happened before, and which led to the second temple, and you're saying it's happening again. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. So, y'all believe that there's going to be a third temple, because you believe in this second temple, so you think there's this third temple, and let's just stop there. Okay? Or, okay, if you can't perceive over stammered tongue that thou canst do understand. Look upon Zion, the city of our solemnities. I ain't even going to try to Muid. Thine eyes shall see Jerusalem, a quiet habitation, a tabernacle that shall not be taken down. Not one of the stakes thereof shall ever be removed. So when he restores Zion, the city of Maud, the solemnities, thine eyes shall see Jerusalem, a quiet habitation. Their stakes shall never be removed. Neither shall any of the cords therefore be broken. So when he restores it, it's never going to be removed. So the second temple restored it, trying to fulfill this, but it was removed. So it's a false prophet. But there the glorious Yahweh will be unto us a place of broad rivers and streams, wherein shall go no galley with oars. And when I read his word, I think about all kind of other scriptures, just like here, close by. Right here, Isaiah 43. See, it's so important where he's pleading that he's the only Savior. Besides him, there is no other. That says, Yahweh, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Yasharel, for your sake I have sent to Babel and have brought down all their nobles. What about Daniel? Wasn't Daniel part of the nobles? You know what I'm saying? And Ezra, and you know what I'm saying? And Nehemiah, this wall that Nehemiah built that Yahweh exposes in Ezekiel 13. Yeah, that one. For your sake I have sent to Babel and have brought down all their nobles in the Castine, whose cries in the ships, I am Yahweh, your Holy One. See, these ones in in Babel, these nobles, the whose cries in the ships are leading you to a new Elohim Savior. The ships that, you know what I'm saying, this Middle East, this fake promised land, this king raised up from the east, all that's a lie over there. These 7 churches, the assembly of the congregation, church, whatever you want to call it, mountains, it's idolatrous. Did I finish saying what I was going to say about Isaiah 63? The one coming from Edom is the same one that Yahweh exposes in Isaiah 41, this king raised up from the east. And he's the same one that's coming from Edom and Enoch. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's pick up back. Okay, whoa, I done got off. I got off way off Isaiah 42. I at least got to cover 2 chapters, or try. Because it gets, okay, this is going to take all day to just upload. So, okay, so let's get back to this. Okay, remember what that says. Remember what all he said. Okay, then we're talking about the elect, the servant, the judgment in the earth. Okay, this is Yahweh's arm. Remember in the previous chapters, and his arm's going to rule judgment for him. But Yahweh is the judgment on Yasharel. He's got them, bro. The sinners are going to be struck with fear, bro. They are going to realize they messed up, and they would not listen, man. And I'm sure there's other people, and they're constantly out there trying to help people. Hey, this, and they're steady, just like, And I've repeatedly tried to help a lot of the same ones, because that's a lot of them pop up on my newsfeed. I don't even know how to get the algorithm to change to somebody new. You know what I'm saying? I guess because I've commented on them with them before, it just keeps them in my feed, which... Okay, so Yahweh's saying that he's going to take him by the hand, and for a covenant, keep thee and give it for a covenant to the people, for a light to the goyim, to open the eyes of the blind eyes. See, all this is being played off like JC did all this already. To open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house. I am Yahweh, that is my name, and my glory I will not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. I don't think, if we watch how he words everything and when he says everything, it's like he's constantly trying to help us and warn us and beg for us to hear his every word. Why am I saying this right now? Why am I saying this next? Why am I back on this? And why am I saying this? I just look at his word like it's wild to me. I really soak into his word. It's just so incredible to me. Okay, I am Yahweh. So he's back on saying, I am Yahweh, that is my name, my glory. Didn't he just say this up here? I'm the one that created the heavens, stretched them out. Why does he keep having to go back and saying, I am this, I am this? I'm going to tell you why. Because this chapter, Isaiah 42, is cross-referencing you to the idolatrous book of Enoch 48:3. We're going to get there. And to the idolatrous book of Acts 13:47. And it's also cross-referencing to Isaiah 49:6, where we'll see later where JC is using Isaiah 49:6 also. So he's got, all kind of titles and jobs, and he's just everything. I guess. No, he's not. But that's what y'all think. And it's disgusting. Okay, so this is about his elect. We know what he's doing. I'm not going to go back over it. There he is, proclaiming who he is again. This is what he's going to do. Use for his elect. Okay, I am Yahweh, that is my name. Okay, behold, the former things come to pass. The new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you to them, sing unto Yahweh a new song and his praise from the end of the earth. Ye that go down to the sea and all those therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof, let the wilderness and the cities thereof lift their voice. The villages of Kedar doeth inhabit. Let the inhabitants of the rock sing. Salah, a craggy rock, his house, Jerusalem, fortress, ragged, mountainous. Yes. What does it say? Isaiah 2. Micah 4. In the last days that Yahweh's house is going to be the highest house of the mountain, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's going to go up there to worship Yahweh. Okay. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so let's see. A rock sing and them shout from the tops of the mountains. Let them give glory unto Yahweh. Kabod. Let's see if I can. Kabod. It's really kabod. It's you. Isn't that the hook symbol? See, I know the ancient Iberite symbols, so-called paleo, better than I do the modern. But I'm trying to learn to switch what I know to these. to be able to say them and write them more correctly. And, okay. And declares praise in the islands. Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty, not man, Gibor. Gibor. Powerful. He's not a man. I can't stand when people try to say no. He's not. He's way above anything dealing with the man. Gibor. I wish I could break them down, but I ain't getting that deep. My implication: warrior, tyrant, champion, chief, excel, giant, mighty, strong. He's not a man. He shall stir up jealousy like a... What is this? Aish. He's not a man, so I really don't like that translation. Individual male person, often use an adjunctive to more defiant term. I really don't like their stuff. But sometimes it's helpful. Husband, man, people, person, steward, whoso. Okay, worthy. Okay, anyways. Just not a man. He shall cry, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. Who are of his enemies? The idolatrous of Yasharel is his enemies. I'm going to tell you about that. And he is angry. He's still upset, just like the LP. Shout out to you for truly seeking Yahweh and standing up when no one else will, and acknowledging Yahweh's amath, his truth. And because it really takes somebody strong to stand up against what's not popular. You know what I'm saying? What's not liked. I lost my train of thought. So let's keep going. I have long time. So important. I have long time. See, remember why he's saying all this, y'all. Let's look at this verse. Why is he saying this? We know why, because I've already told y'all. I have long time holding my peace, but JC, Acts, and Enoch says that he is giving peace. Proverbs, peace, prosperity. Yahweh said that y'all will find no peace. There is no peace. He took his peace and he plucked Judah from amongst them. You know, there was no peace through the second temple. Okay, I have long time hidden my peace. Woo, y'all. I've been still. He sure has. And refrained myself from all the blasphemy. Now I will cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up all the herbs. And I will make the rivers islands. And I will dry up the pools. And I will bring the blind. Why is he saying this? I will bring the blind by a way they knew not. They think Jerusalem is in the east with this king, with this second temple. And what kills me is how, like, a lot of these people, Yasharel, idolatrous, they know that the promised land isn't in the east, right, the Middle East. But this second temple, alleged second temple, is all portrayed to be there. Remember, they got the Wailing Wall and all that. So that was established by the UN in 1948. Yeah. So if you drop JC, they come from the east. Who are you putting in his place? And where's the alleged other second temple? Right. So, okay. I'm trying to just figure out, get y'all's lies in order. Okay, I'm good now. Okay, so I will bring the blind by a way that knew not, and I will lead them in paths that they have not known, and I will make darkness light before them, because when he comes, Isaiah 60, he's talking to Jerusalem, and Jerusalem's going to be shining like a light when the whole earth is covered in darkness. So when he gathers his people, the whole world is going to be in darkness by that time. There's a lot of stuff coming. No water. The oppressors he talks about, and I can show you all the scriptures where he mentions the oppressors saying and about what they're doing, and he said don't worry, you know what I'm saying, that he's going to step in just the right time. But he also says he's not going to end his people's captivity till all their strength is gone. Their strength has got to go. Their pride, their idolatry, their lies have got to go. There's nothing else Yahweh can do. He has to melt them down. By the time he gathers his people, they're going to cry. They're going to be crying out to him, begging him for water. They need water. That's when he's providing water in the wilderness, and he's going to beautify his, beautify the wilderness. Remember, what is Isaiah 41? So that y'all may consider and know. You know what I'm saying? That Yahweh did this. So you need to follow Yahweh. Don't listen to these cherubim's voice and the false prophets raised up in Babylon. Okay? So they shall be turned to darkness, light before them, crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them and not forsake them. They shall be turned back. They should be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images. So if you think this second temple, John the Baptist, Isaiah 40, and JC, and the Gospels, you think that in Cyrus, let's not forget, because y'all all for Cyrus. Okay? Y'all might deny John the Baptist. You might deny JC. You might deny the Gospels. But you're not denying Cyrus. So you're caught anywhere you try to hide. I want y'all to feel shame for what you're doing. That's what Yahweh says. Y'all can't feel shame because you can't see that you're still in idolatry. You're lying. I want y'all to make it. The curses had to have been hard. And I do feel bad. And I never agreed with, since I was younger, I don't agree with treating people differently. And I didn't like, and I could see that how, but there's a reason, you know what I'm saying? That his people, they sold their own selves for the iniquity, their ancestors, okay? It was because of them, not Yahweh. And once he brought down the curses, that was it. And made the land uninhabited till this day. That's it. There's no redo. What did he say? Let's get back to it, y'all. I have a long time holding my peace. Okay? Right? I ain't even going to read all that. Y'all can see it. They're going to be turned back that trust in graven images. Hear ye deaf and look ye blind, that ye may see. This is what I'm trying to help y'all see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as Yahweh's servant, seeing many things, but thou observe not, opening the ears, but hear not. See, y'all, Yahweh is well pleased for his Zadik, prosperity. I don't like the other ones. Sake, he will magnify the Torah, not the Gospels. So from Isaiah 40, Yahweh finally got to us and let us know what the good news is. You know what I'm saying? He's going to magnify the Torah. When his law, his Torah is established, he's going to make it honorable. Okay? So there's going to be peace. There's not going to be all this wickedness. No more. Once he does this. So this has never came to pass. So when you get led to Enoch, know that you're in idolatry. When you get led to Acts, okay? You're in idolatry. Yeah, it was, well, okay. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. They are hidden prison houses. They are for a prey. And none delivereth, JC. JC, we're fixing to go to Acts. JC the son. S-U-N. Does never fell from heaven. We're going to go there because you claim that you deliver now. That Yahweh doesn't. for a spool, and none says restore. Yahweh is saying nobody, he said his people are a prey. There's nobody to deliver them. There is nobody to restore them. Remember, he said, when I came, there was no man and there was no counselor. For when I said that, they didn't say a word. When he came, there was no man or counselor. Nobody said a word. It's only Yahweh. It's only Yahweh. Okay, so nobody was restoring nothing to the second temple, because we see how to determine whether a prophet is, his word is coming to pass or not. See, okay, so who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Yaakov for a spoil and Yasharel for robbers? To the robbers did not Yahweh, against whom we have sinned, for they... I want to look at this right quick. For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his Torah. This is important, okay? Why is he saying this? Why did he say that? Why did he say that? Why did he say that? That. Critical. All of it. This is just as much as critical, y'all. Therefore, he had poured upon him. Okay, he gave him to Yaakov for robbers, because they sinned, right? They wouldn't obedient to his Torah. Therefore, he poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, right? And he has set him on fire round about, yet he knew not. And it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. And then it goes right into now. Future prophecy, what he's going to do. So, what he just said, this is y'all not taking the curses serious. There was no redo after 70 years. So Yahweh says he poured upon them the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it set him on fire round about, yet he knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. You're not laying it to heart. Y'all are not laying the curses to heart. Y'all think after just 70 years, after everything that was done to Yahweh, only 70 years was enough. Ridiculous. Come on. We all are smarter than that. We're smarter than that, y'all. Okay? We are, surely. I mean, hey. I'm not the smartest crayon in the box. Or the sharpest tool in the shed. You know what I'm saying? I used to couldn't stand reading. I'm somebody that's like to stay busy on my feet. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to learn to sit down and spend time with, by myself and with Yahweh and learn, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I love to do now. So I've totally changed. But, okay, so, anyways, I don't know how I got through that. But anyway, sorry. So, remember everything that Yahweh just said in these past 4 previous chapters, because they all are a continuation. So, Yahweh said that he poured out the fury on them, the strength of battle. They laid it not heart, right? So Yahweh has to go into, this is where Yahweh is the only Savior. This titled in some things. I'm going to take a break, y'all, because I've been doing too much jabbering. Oh, I hate to. I might just go ahead. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause this video just to get a break and regroup. And because these videos are just going to be long, and I'll just have to break them up. And so I'll post this one. It'll take all day. And then I don't know when I can make another one, because while I'm posting, I don't think I could do that. Oh, I wish I could pause it here. I don't think I can. Okay, so do I need to keep going? I probably do, but I'm going to take a break, y'all. So, I don't know how long. It's probably already 45 minutes to an hour. So, I'll be back with part 3. Exposing the alleged Yah only servants and the JC servants. They're not hiding it. You got JC servants all over. There's some that are confessing it, and then there's some that's hiding it. That's the ones I want to expose, is the ones that's hiding it. At least be truthful. Because you're exposed. So don't quit, just at least quit lying and just own up to who you'd rather serve, and that's your idols over Yahweh. Just like Yahweh said, My people, they don't even know him. They have exchanged his glory for idols of wood and stone. He is so glorious. And y'all don't even want him. Y'all want these idols. And that's why only remnant, And that's just how it is. But anyway, shalom guys, I'll be back.